Here I go again. What up? Happy Sunday morning. Once again, I'll be by myself. This is Answers by Guess. As you can see right there, I'm Guess. This is week 8. And we're going to be talking about everything that we got. So let's see. Let me get this all set up straight. Need that to be big, me to be small. Perfecto. We got one person in here, so let's get this unpopping. Thursday night. Help is on the way for many, maybe. We hope it's help. JJ McCarthy's going to be back, but will it matter? All I got to say about that Thursday night is, help me, oh Rondé. Help me, oh Rondé. Hopefully that continues too. Let's get into Sunday games. If you have questions, put them in the comments. What's up, Derek? I see you. So, Jets versus Bengals. There he is, the old man. Same pick as last week. We got Justin Fields playing. And that I'm excited about because now I sort of have the feeling that, when it was Taylor, the whole situation with Fields, with him playing terribly, and they bench him, no Garrett Wilson. Now there's no Josh Reynolds, but that really doesn't matter at all to me. Maybe my 5 guy for your eye, Arian Smith from a few weeks ago. Maybe they look to get him more involved. I mean, really all they should be doing is quarterback runs with Breece Hall, and sweeps with Arian Smith and end arounds because those 3 guys have the speed and the ability to get the ball where it needs to go. And they really shouldn't worry about all the rest. Mason Taylor, we'll have to wait and see about him. So this game I thought was going to be the Bengals, continuing that trajectory from the second half versus the Packers, and then all week last week. And the dog pounds here. Joe Flacco does not play for the Browns anymore. Pups plays for the Bengals. Hopefully you can still hear me. So I thought that was going to continue against the Jets, but the Jets now have to turn to Justin Fields. And I kind of now, once I heard that news last night, sleeping, sort of had that getting into my belly that now it sort of feels like Justin Fields might have one of those games I talked about on Tuesday when I said he's had like 30, that's really annoying, 30-plus point games, and the rest of them in single digits throughout the year. So I kind of get that feeling. But who's he going to throw the ball to, especially if Mason Taylor's not there? I think that we could be seeing a breakthrough for Arian Smith. You're not playing him this week. I don't care about injuries. I don't care about Mageddon. But if you are absolutely in dire straits, like one guy in one of my dynasty leagues picked him up, and he's playing him as his 3rd wide receiver, it's worth a dart throw. DFS, it's worth a dart throw if you spend up everywhere else, because he's, gave his name a couple weeks ago. We haven't really seen it. Justin Fields, or actually, it might have been Taylor. Taylor was in the game at the point, gave him a deep shot. I mean, that's pretty much his game. He's got speed. He's shifty, gets down the field deep. So we'll see. But go ahead, run with all your Bengals, run with Chase Brown, run with Jamar Higgins. And I would not be surprised if the Jets won this game. I wouldn't touch the Bengals -6.5, and I would need a large bankroll to even flirt with the Jets. Let me just get this up right here. Derek said he had Gadsden play Mason as well. Mason showed he couldn't command the backfield when given the chance. What do we do with him now? Well, he showed he has commanded the backfield. This was just, the Chargers hadn't shown it as of late. But I've continually said throughout the season that they, who I think are if not one of the best defense, and I think I've even said best defense in the league, but they've had some down weeks. They lost a couple, 2 out of 3 type of deal at least. And they just stepped up. And with Carson Wentz playing as bad as he did at quarterback, I mean, that sort of took away the run game. They were mixing in Aaron Jones with him coming back, and Xavier Scott actually played the best out of all of them with the least amount of touches. But he showed that he can command the ball. So I disagree with that. However, I did switch, and I posted it on the site, I think with Marty, because he asked the question. I did switch at the last second before the game. I switched JCM out and put Mason in. I thought he might sneak one, but man, that was terrible. So it was a bad call by me. We'll see how JCM fares, but I think I'll be okay because Gadsden just killed it. So I think that no matter what, you'll be good as long as the rest of your team's okay. Bills versus Panthers. It's a game of streaks, and Andy Dalton is riding right on that streak. Bryce Young's out. It's going to be Andy Dalton. Panthers have won 2 in a row. 3 in a row. Bills have lost 2 in a row. I think that this sets up. I know Dalton looked okay last year, especially early on, but that sort of fell off the wheels. I know, and then he got a little hurt, and that put Bryce Young in, which allowed Bryce Young to start throughout this year because Bryce Young finally looked good at the end of the season last year. And although they're at home, but their defense, Carolina defense, is a real deal. They're top 5 over the past few weeks. They're playing out of their mind. Their secondary's always been decent. Now they're starting to stop the run. They're ranking top 5 there as well, which is very surprising. I'd be surprised if the Bills, coming off the bye, even though they're going on the road, they're going south a few hours. I'd be surprised if the Bills did not capitalize on this game. James Cook started off real hot and hasn't really done too much since, so it'll be interesting to see. And if this game does get out of control, I think this might be the first week that we sort of see what we saw towards the end of the year last year with the Ray Davis emergence. But James Cook, I'm playing. Panthers, I think if you've been using Rico, you might as well. He looked better than Chuba last week, even though Chuba got the start. But they're not going to give up on Chuba. The one player that I really, really like in this game, last week, Xavier Legette had the big game. Dalton has a little bit of rapport with him from last season when he was a rookie and Dalton was starting. I really like Tet in this game. Tet McMillan, really, really like him in this game. I think that what we saw last week was sort of Sauce taking care of Tet a little extra, and Dalton, throughout a week of practice, is going to look to get him involved. And I think that Legette might be a tad bit, not a fool's gold, because I'm a fan, and he's been successful. But he's not their number one. Tet is. So he's who I'm looking to be the big performer in this one. Go ahead with your Shakir if you've been using him. Keon Coleman is, he's here 1 minute, gone the next. But Cooks, Allen, the typicals, but I would not feel bad about playing Tet at all in this game. Call it weird. Maybe I'll be wrong. I think the Houston offense explodes this week. I think it's a rookie explosion. And right there you see Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins, and Woody Marks. I just have a feeling at home, as bad as they've looked, they're favorites, as you could see in the game. I think that the offense somehow gets right. The defense gets them a couple extra short fields. And I think these 3 rookies just explode in this game. That's sort of a feeling that I have. San Francisco, no Ricky Pearsall. They're going with Mac Jones again. Juwan Jennings, we'll see if he can make it through a whole game. Bourne. Kittle will probably do more than he ever did because it is National Tight End Week /day, and that is George Kittle's day to shine. So if you used Kittle last week and were a little bit upset about his one snap of actual offensive capability, all the other times he was just blocking, Go ahead, ride with Kittle. I like Schultz in this one as well. He looked good with them. What's up, Marty? Um, so I think these three rookies going to be a bit of an explosion, and I think the Houston offense kind of wakes up at home with no Nico Collins. That's sort of the way it happens. The best player goes out, everybody else steps up, and I think that these guys are perfectly fine flyers at home against San Francisco. Giants and the Eagles, there he is, Saquon, everybody's most hated man, but he's at home. This is a rematch from a few weeks ago when the Giants really took it to him and surprised the world, I guess. And it was like the coming out party for Dart and Scattaboo. But I like the Eagles, and I think Saquon really goes off at home against his old team in today's game. We'll see with the wide receivers. You got to play Smith. There's a bologna sandwich. So, Marty, you're here just in time for one of those. And with the tight ends, they were five guys, and we talked about them. There were five guys, not this last week, but over the years. Bellinger and Theo. Dart really likes them. So I think that we're good to go there. I like the Eagles in this one. I would not be surprised if they covered that spread as well at home. Browns versus Pats. This is the unstoppable force. This is irresistible force against the immovable object, and that is Drake May and the Browns defense. So what do we do? And there is a question here about Chase Brown or Judkins. It's a live question, so we'll throw it up there. Chris, I love that you watch from YouTube, helping get that algorithm going. Thanks so much, man. And you're also part of the Facebook family. So in this one, it'd be really hard to sit Judkins with as good as he played. But I'm going to go with Chase Brown, and I'm going to go off of what he did last Thursday. And think that he's turning a corner. I don't love it. Go with your gut. But I just think Chase Brown, I know that they threw P. Ryan in a little bit, but Judkins kind of is like one of three. He's the best. They play him the most, but they do use the two other guys quite a bit in there, Sampson and Ford. So I'm going to go with Chase Brown. I think it's a little bit of easier matchup on the ground against the Jets, especially if Fields doesn't do what I think he's going to do today. So I'm going to go Chase Brown. I'd really like to get both in my lineup if I could. Let's go to the next one. Oh, we didn't talk about any players. The Browns receiving, I mean, Shedeur Sanders has to come into the game sooner or later. We'll see if Njoku plays, get a different option. Hunter Henry, remember we talked about him? And he was exploding, but he'll disappear. And disappear he has. Diggs, he might as well keep going with him. Ramondre, I think that we all have to forget about Travion Henderson. And I said that on the Tuesday show. He had his one big kick return. Wasn't even a rushing play. Kick return. The first snap of the preseason, everybody fell in love. And they just don't use them, and nothing's happening. And now I say that something well. Bears versus Ravens. So we thought that Lamar would return, but he's not. Does that mean you automatically start the Bears defense? No, because three of their top defenders are out. The Ravens are getting defensive players back. Now that -7.5, I'm wondering if that changed since I set the show up. I'm just going to look because I got a feeling it's probably down to maybe 4.5 at most because people don't realize when defensive players are out. Let me just see what they did, if anything. Bear with me. 2.5. So 5-point drop for Lamar. But what's his face? Tyler Huntley was their quarterback for years. And we saw when Tyler Huntley comes in the game, they take a step back. Huntley went to Miami and was terrible. But look at what's happening in Miami. They're terrible. He's back, old coach, old team. I would not be surprised if the Ravens win this game under Tyler Huntley. The last 2 weeks, it hasn't been Tyler Huntley. And Cooper Rush, and they were terrible. It's a different story. It's a different game. Now, I bet that over-under dropped as well. I should have looked at that as well. 44.5. So 5 points down on the line and 5 points down on the over-under with just Lamar. But Tyler Huntley, and you know what? He's going to get Likely involved and Andrews involved, both the top two receivers. The Ravens, I think, are going to win this game. And the Bears they're riding high. The offense is looking good. Ravens are getting some defensive players back. Dog Pound loves it. The Bears are down 3 top defensive players. I think the Ravens win this game without Lamar. And I think that they sort of knew that going in, which is why they're going to hold him out just one more. I think they possibly maybe see something that they're like, okay, we can do this with Huntley. If it was Cooper Rush and Huntley wasn't there, maybe not. But they need a win, and I think they get it today. For the Bears, keep going with Odunze. Manon guy, he's maybe because it's but he took over the Roschon role. They're going to pound it to him when they're close. Swift, keep going with him, sure. No Cole Kmet. So could we see Loveland get his first big game of the year? I think so. Because he's not going to be splitting with Kmet, and he's coming back from a big injury. So I'd look for that as well. But I think the Ravens are going to win this game. They're minus 2.5. The over-under is 44.5. 5 points since Lamar has been out. I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Ravens will win this game by at least 3 points. I would take the Ravens if I was a betting man. Dolphins have Falcons. They want this guy out. They want him out. They want McDaniel out. But the only problem here, and this line I bet went down too. See, I set the show up and I do all this because the Falcons are also only down 1. The Falcons minus 6.5. The Falcons are down 3 defensive players as well. So you might think fire up Waddle. Tua is, he was a critic of himself after last week's game, which is what you need to be. So that was good to see. But this one, Bijan should be able to run all over him. I like the Falcons defense to begin with, and all players got hurt, and they're not healthy enough, so they're not going to place their defense shelve themselves, and they're going to be using Kirk Cousins too, more than likely. More than likely, no Penix. That could be a good thing. Kirk Cousins can come in and play a solid game or two, but he's not going to be mobile. So it's going to be a lot of Bijan, a lot of Algier, short, quick passes. They might even throw a couple wide receivers back there like they like to do, and you know who. Drake London's banged up. So this is a fishy game. Pardon the pun. I'd be fine with Jalen Waddle in this one because of those defensive injuries if you really had to. And Achane, of course, you're using them. Bucks versus Saints. This is the Almighty Johnsons show. That's Tez, that's Cameron, and that's Juwan. Juwan Johnson coming back. So this game will be a show about the Almighty Johnsons. And then there's a couple weirdos back there. I have fun with these things, so hopefully you enjoy them. I think the Bucks will be okay without Mike Evans. With Egbuka, the 2 rookie Johnsons, Cade Otton coming on. Pretty soon Bucky Irving will be back. For the Saints, no Kendre Miller. And Kamara's a shell of himself. There's a guy who did not make it to 5 guys for your eyes this week, and we might turn to 5 guys to despise, depending on what happens this week. But Devin Neal, if you don't know about him, Devin Neal, running back for the Saints, rookie, with no Kendre Miller, and with Alvin Kamara looking like a shell of himself, old man with a cane. Devin Neal is somebody that you need to be putting your eye on. And if you're dying at running back this week, this week against the Bucks, I would give him a shot. I really would. He's played a little bit here and there. And he might not be a name that you really recognize or know. But that's what we do at Answers by Guests. So K. Rimney and Smitty, I know you've been here before. I'll get to your 2 questions in just a minute. Devin Neal, I like him today against the Bucks. They're going to have to start using Taysom Hill more, but I don't know if they can. He retired, came back off the big injury, and couple weeks in, looking like a little bit of a mistake. We'll see if he can get going at home. At home is where we typically see those highlights of him destroying teams with big games on the ground. So we'll see. With no Kendre Miller, maybe they do use him more at running back. Maybe they use him more at quarterback. But Juwan Johnson's back. He is one of those almighty Johnsons down below. And if you need them, use them, because the Bucs are going to put up points no matter who's out there, because Baker is the man. And go ahead with Olave, of course. He belongs in your lineup every week. Shaheed is your one-trick pony. If you like him, you like him. I'm not a big fan. Cowboys at Broncos. This is another sort of immovable force or unstoppable force for some movable object, isn't it? The Cowboys offense absolutely killing it. CD coming back allows them to keep on going. For the Broncos, we'll see if Troy Franklin can build some steam. They are in the market to trade for a wide receiver, which I think is smart, because the Franklin and Mims experience, at least the way that Sean Payton uses them, is not quite working. I really like Evan Ingram in this one, believe it or not, because the Cowboys aren't that good against tight end. I think that they'll have to utilize him. So he's a player I'm looking at. And who was it? Marty. When you watch the intro or the outro, we haven't updated him a couple of years, and Greg Dulcich is on there. Marty, if you're still watching, what team is he on now? But he's back, and you were telling me. But I only remember it because he was a Bronco. He's not a Bronco anymore, I don't believe. But Greg Dulcich, that would be interesting if we get a Greg Dulcich sighting on tight end day. But the Cowboys, go ahead with Javonte. I mean, there's no news here. There's nothing. I'm waiting for RJ Harvey to take over. Jaden Blue on the other side, a little bit here and there. We're waiting for these rookie running backs that aren't like those big three or big four. One of them's hurt, Omarion Hampton. We're waiting for him to get going. This could be a game where the Cowboys defense woke up a little bit last week. I'm interested to see how they perform, because ever since, last year they weren't great, but since the Parsons trade, it was like, okay, this defense is decimated. But they showed up a lot last week. And if they could put together a nice string against Bo Nix and co., they might be somebody to put your eye on as far as the defense goes. But let's not overstretch our boundaries with that just yet. Ferguson, I like Ferguson in this one, of course. However, if you have a tight end with a better matchup, you're bound to take them. But it's tight end week, and we see what happens on these tight end weeks. I'm not sure if it will again. Maybe it was lightning in a bottle these past couple of years, but it seems to be every year, at least for a couple of years now. Things could get ugly here. The Titans just can't string it all together. Alec Eomanor, Jameer Dyke, the running backs can't get going. Chig Okonkwo just is nowhere to be found. And you can't give up on Cam Ward. You can't. But this could get ugly. And the spread says it all. I see people out there picking up and playing Alec Pierce. Go for it. It's not my cup of tea. A couple of years ago it was, but I played him too many times over the past 3-4 seasons, and him not finish games or him disappear. He became a guy of my own to despise. I know he continues to stay involved, but this game could be ugly. And when that happens, Pittman, Warren, and guys like Pierce become meaningless unless they do something early. So just watch out for that. It really stinks. The Titans have some nice offensive players, but I don't know what it is. They looked good for almost a half last week against the Patriots. I thought they were going to pull the big upset. Maybe I was a week early. Maybe it happens this week. I don't feel like I'm playing Titans wide receivers and benching their running backs, both of them. And I'm playing, obviously, Jonathan Taylor and treading lightly with the Colts wide receivers, because if this game gets out of hand, they got no use for them. Packers at Steelers. Hello, old friend. I wish it was in Green Bay to see how the crowd reacts. I know, or I have a feeling they would embrace them and welcome them. And then when the game goes on, not be so kind. But we're in Pittsburgh, and this one's going to be fun to see. This is going to be a nice cap to tonight. I'm excited for this. K. Rimney, if it's your first time watching, you probably don't know. Smitty knows. Other people know. I'm a Packers fan. I don't hate Aaron Rodgers. I still think he is probably one of the most accurate passers of all time, if not the most accurate. The way he can just put a ball in a tight spot better than anybody I've ever seen. So this will be good. Calvin Austin's coming back. I think Calvin Austin burns the Packers on at least one play in this game. They fall susceptible to that. DK, tough physical receiver. He's going to be pumped up. The whole Steelers team is going to be pumped up for this game because they know the history. Jaylen Warren, I'm playing him against the Packers, and obviously on the other side, Jacobs. And you got to play Dobbs because Golden picked up an injury, and he's just hasn't been able to blow that top off. So continue with Dobbs. Go with Kraft if you must. He's staying hot. This one's going to be a good game. I'm glad that it's a night game because sometimes Sunday nights I'm just like second half and just like, you know what? I'll catch a replay of it tomorrow. But tonight I'll be watching this whole one. Let's get to the one Monday night game, Washington at KC. All the Washington players are back except for Jaden Daniels, right? And with Mariota being the quarterback, we've seen them struggle a little bit. He can sort of coast the ship along. I'd imagine he will, and he's going to have a lot of help with Debo being back, Terry being back. Of course, hindsight, I wish I'd stuck with JCM over Mason, but it is what it is. And Brashard Smith is who we see in that picture there. And I know on Tuesday I pointed out the obvious in case people didn't realize. He had his big game last week when they were up big. But Kareem Hunt's a little banged up going into this one now. And I told you it must have been week 2 when I told you Brashard Smith's name. Week 3 at the most. And I was like, dude, they got this rookie running back. Pacheco looks like trash. You have got to get this guy involved because Pacheco just looks terrible, right? And slowly but surely they started to bring him along. We thought it was going to happen. It was before a Monday night game. I was like, I can see it. It's like when Jamal Charles was a rookie, and all of a sudden it was Monday night. It was a big, huge game, and he put himself on the stage. I had that vision, and it didn't really happen. He almost had it. Well, now they get another Monday night game, and I'm kind of getting that vision a little bit. Brashard Smith, maybe this is the game that he does it. What do you think, Rob? Rob?
Hey, what's up there, buddy? Surprise, surprise. Yeah, sorry, a little late this morning. Church did not happen, so I was like, you know what? I haven't been live a little while, so let's see what happens. I heard something about Brashard Smith. I have Kareem Hunt this week, to be honest with you. He's banged up. They cleared him. He's not on the injury report, but the running game is just so confusing when it comes to KC. I think you're right. That's who deserves the most touches. He hasn't been doing it with what he's been given so far, but he needs that explosion. I think he's the only one that has explosion left, it looks like, between Pacheco and Hunt. So why not try to give it to a kid? I think they're trying to push him through the middle too much. Give him on the outside. Do what you do with Pacheco. Set up a screen on the outside. Get some blockers. Let's see what he can do. Hi.
We miss you.
What's up, bud?
We got some people here. We got a couple questions. So since you're here, I'm going to throw this one up here. Smitty, you know Smitty. Smitty's been joining us from YouTube for a couple years now.
Yeah, what's up, bud? How are you, man? All right, Bourne or Jennings?
This is a 49ers question, and I'm not sure if you heard it in the very beginning, but Rob, with Fields playing, I kind of got a feeling this is going to be one of those good Fields games now. I was thinking early on, this is what I was sort of saying, is I was thinking early on in the week that, it's Tyrod, however you want to say it, Taylor. and no Garrett Wilson, and now no Josh Reynolds, even though he really doesn't matter. And I was like, this game is just going to be Cincinnati's just going to destroy. And then once happenstance occurs and Justin Fields has to be the starter, even though they didn't want him to be the starter, he's going to explode and have a good game. The problem is he has no wide receivers, but if he could just connect on a deep 1 or 2 with Mr. Arian Smith, I mean,
I wish I could show you the text message that I sent yesterday to our buddy Tom, my buddy Tom. And I literally wrote, I'm like, Fields is going to go for 268, 2 throwing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. He'll make a mistake. There'll be a fumble or an interception. But he's hitting a 60-plus yarder to who?
Arian
Smith.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
I think the same exact way, brother.
Once I read that Taylor's out, Justin Fields will start, I'm like, the Jets are going to win the game. Because the Bengals have looked so good. The Bengals look good in the second half versus Green Bay. They looked good all week last week, went toe-to-toe with Pittsburgh, won the game. And now they're going against the 0-6. What are they? 0-7? 0-7 Jets, hapless, no quarterback, no wide receivers. It's the NFL. This is what happens. And would not surprise me if they get their first win. But regardless,
I still represent, brother. 0-7 still always on my chest.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
They suck. All right, Border Jennings.
Smitty. I would probably go Bourne just because I think he's guaranteed to finish the game. Jennings is – who was it years ago that was made of glass? Who was it years ago?
The guy with he was on Washington at the end, I think.
I don't remember who it was.
He got drafted by Buffalo. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Sammy Watkins?
Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, made of glass. That's good. Juwan Jennings. Always heard. But Juwan Jennings, before he was a household name, you remember, I was talking him up for years, like, get this dude on the field. And they got him on the field, and now we see why maybe it took so long because he could never stay healthy. It's a damn shame.
I would go with Bourne as well, I think, in this situation, just from a target perspective. I mean, I know it was kind of a down game for him last one, but the 2 before that, I think he was averaging like 10 targets a game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that again.
Yeah. I mean, as a player overall, I like Jennings better, but Bourne gets it done, stays on the field, stays healthy. So let's see what K. Rimney says, joining us from Twitch. I love it. Shaheed or Josh Downs at flex. Rob, could he have picked 2 players that I dislike more?
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah. K. Rimney, I'm sorry it took so long for us to get to this question, but we ran through the games. We do have some group questions. And then Rob joined, if you don't know, first time watching. Typically, Rob is on that side.
Hey, yeah, that feels a little bit more like it.
And, we've been doing this for 9 years, and this year 9, I've been doing a lot by myself, and another one of our Answer by Guys family members has helped out, Marty, who couldn't join today. And it's a surprise that Rob's here. So he's here, so maybe he can help answer this question because Shaheed's a one-trick guy. And correct. I'm just not a fan of Downs. Even when Downs was doing good, it's going to disappear. If I had to pick, and I'll let Rob first because I have my answer. I have your answer.
All right, so I agree with you. Shaheed's a one-trick pony. Rattler hasn't looked bad, though, in my opinion. I think he's actually moved the offense to a certain extent, but it's Olave and it's Juwan Johnson. I feel like they get the ball a lot. Don't get me wrong, Shaheed is here and there, but Indianapolis's offense is just so good. What makes me worried is if Jonathan Taylor is playing well, does the offense have to move anything with wide receivers? We've seen that with Pittman having some off games. He does get the touchdown love. I think Downs being back helps that situation as well. I'm going to go with Downs just because of the better offensive perspective with Daniel Jones. Him being a week healthier, I think, helps the situation as well. I could see it over the middle kind of target for him where he may break one. Shaheed, he has to be on the outside to be able to catch the ball. And then you have to also rely on Rattler to be able to actually put it in a position for him to get it. So Downs would be my answer.
And I'm going to go flip. I'm going Shaheed. And
okay.
the only reason I'm going Shaheed, and I know you already have Olave, but I'm going Shaheed because I feel like that game will be more competitive than the Colts at home against the Titans. So I'm looking for volume. Looking for volume. Tampa Bay will be able to put up points. So New Orleans will have to stick with them. It could be Rattler. It could be Taysom Hill chucking that ball deep downfield. We don't know. It could be both.
Yeah,
and
the Titans secondary also is not as bad. I mean, I think Tampa Bay secondary is worse than the Titans, even though the Titans are a worse team.
Yeah. Downs. The problem is if they get up big.
Yeah, they don't need him.
They got no reason for him.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, if he keeps on doing what he's doing, man, because Jesus criminy. I'm so happy I have him in 2 leagues.
Congratulations, K. Rimney. You are the recipient of my first ever Rashid Shaheed recommendation. John, you had a question. Would you start Kamara, Olave, or Stevenson in the flex today? Also, Dart or Fields? The first one, what do you think, Rob? Kamara, Olave, or Stevenson?
Stevenson had a good game. Good call last week by you, too. You said that running game was going to get going, and it sure seemed like Stevenson was the favorite there. I love Olave, man. I just think the target share goes to him. Kamara being banged up. They're already talking Neal up, the backup running back over there after Miller's gone, that he's going to get some more reps. What does that look like if he actually starts playing well? Does that mean less time for Kamara? Stevenson going up a tough defense as well. I'm actually having to play him just because of all the bye weeks by Mageddon. I love Olave. I just think that he is consistent. He's going to give you numbers, and they're going to throw the ball to him because who else are they going to throw the ball to besides Shaheed, hopefully for Crimney here. But if it's me, I'm going Olave.
Yeah, I'm going to Olave too. And you mentioned Devin Neal. I spoke about him when I was going through that game. And I said, it's a player you don't know. He didn't make 5 guys for your eyes this week. Or maybe he did. I can't even remember. Everything blurs together. But you need to know him. If you're in dire straits, you pick him up. And this is not even a bad week to play him, to be honest. But I'm going to Olave. The next question is Dart or Fields?
I can't go with the Jet.
Yeah.
Even though I said he's going to have 268, 1 rushing, he'll make an error. Dart looked so good against Philly the last time. I don't know how you not. I guess they're going to obviously they're going to change the game. They're not going to let these guys run on them. I just worry about Fields, man. I can't trust the Jets. Who the hell is he throwing to? Like, we need Arian Smith to step up. Will he, though? We need Breece Hall to play well. Will he, though? We were talking about Isaiah Davis being better than Breece Hall this game. Damn, that sucks being a Jets fan. I hate to choose a Giant, but I'm going to go Dart in this situation just because of the extra legs motivation.
Yeah, Dart is the safest pick. He runs the ball, so if you think that there's between one or the other with, Fields will run. Well, guess what? Dart is running, I feel like, more than Josh Allen, anybody. So, and I mentioned that before he took that first start. So I think Dart is safer. However, I think if Fields plays well, he will outscore Dart.
But you need Fields to play well, and as we've seen with the Jets, that offense is just in shambles right now.
And here's your other problem, though. You said who's Fields thrown to? Who's Dart thrown to? I'm sorry, it's bologna sandwich and a couple tight ends. That's what it is.
Bologna sandwich getting some targets, though, man.
I know, but it's so boring. They're all 3, 4, 5 yards over the middle. The only big one he had was on the missed tackle, which allowed him to run 35 yards in the end. So I've never seen Bologna run so fast. But
He overthrew both touchdown opportunities last week to be able to win that game. So
I think I would go sexy and I would put Fields in. But
I know Sean's a Jets fan too, man. So do you know what you're doing to his heart right now?
Dart is he's also a Giants fan though. He kind of plays on both sides. He's like he roots for the Mets and the Yankees. You know what I mean?
Right. That's okay. New York fans, sure. I like it.
I root for none of them.
I know, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Live in New York your entire life. No New York teams.
Syracuse. That's it. Syracuse basketball.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Dude,
by the way, Anthony, the son, what's his name? Caden Anthony or Kaiden, whatever his name is. Dude, he looked great yesterday. He was defending really well. I already know who I want the Knicks to pick.
we got at least how many years? One?
This is his first year.
No, but do they have to play just one in basketball?
I believe so. I don't think they have to play at all, to be honest with you.
Well, I think that
they have to play the G League though at least 1 year.
Oh, that's what it is.
If they don't go to college.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Dart is the smart choice, but if you're feeling sexy and your lineup looks crazy, you can go with Fields. But Dart just makes the most sense. Dart's going to be involved all game. Philly's going to control that game. So Dart is the way to go for sure. Don't get silly, especially now, week 8. And he says, "Hello, Rob. Always a pleasure."
What's up, brother?
All right, so now I got to figure this out because we can add this here because we still got a couple more questions to get through.
All right, I'll read it off. Hey, friends. What's up there, Antonio? PPR. All right, no needed for this one, but Mahomes or Hurts?
I'm going to go with Hurts at home. Just because in case they get out big and they sort of just lean on that run game on Monday night. I know there's the Monday night magic, but I'm going to go with Hurts. I mean, that's sort of been my answer all year when people ask questions involve Hurts. I mean, it's just like it's about as safe as it could go. It's about as safe as it can go. Mahomes is playing real well. They got all their wide receivers back. It's just how good can Washington do against their defense at home on Monday night, you know, and it's like he might be able to just play dink and dunk or hand the ball off as much as possible. That's why I like Rashard Smith in this one. I just don't trust Mariota on the road for whatever reason, even with the weapons back. And Hurts, I mean, he's got the tush push. Need I say more?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably go the same. Even though AJ Brown, I don't think makes a huge difference. He's every other week, or he's an ebbs and flow guy. I could see Smith having a lot of targets this game. For some reason, Mechie keeps on coming into my mind.
Yep.
As a third guy possibly there that may hit something over the middle. That's where, I think Hurts is the safer bet. Especially he's going to be pissed that the Giants won the last game. I think he's going to come out slinging. I could see even a screenplay that Barkley breaks that gives Hurts some real good numbers.
Exactly. We're on the same way.
All right. Next one, Dobbs, Hollywood Brown, or the guy you recommended, Shaheed.
Yeah, I'm going Dobbs. Against Pittsburgh. Golden a little banged up. That's what I'm doing. What's up, Tiffany?
Yeah, I would go Dobbs as well. I think just Love's the better choice as far. I mean, Mahomes, but like you said, you have to worry about them getting up big and just running the ball the entire time. Division game, I would stay away from. All right, Kincaid or Kelsey. Kincaid's still banged up, but it looks like he is going to play more than likely.
Yeah, if Kincaid definitely goes, I'm going with Kincaid in this one just for the same exact reason. But it's National Tight End Day, and you want a tight end that's playing the entire game, and that includes tomorrow, so it's weak. I kind of like Kincaid though. If he comes back, we got to watch that carefully because Kelsey's an easy and fine swap out. But Kincaid on the road, Carolina, not bad.
All right, Pittman or Dobbs?
I'm going Dobbs because I don't think Indy's going to have to throw too much.
All right, Goddard or Kraft?
I I want to say Goddard, but I think I'm going to stick with Kraft.
I think Sunday Night Football adds that different dimension for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Even though a division game, I think that with Rodgers going back to Green Bay, it's in Green Bay or it's in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh. Okay, yeah. Never mind. I still think Kraft Sunday Night Football. Eagles or Packers defense-wise?
Eagles at home.
Yeah. And then thank you and good luck. Same to you, brother. Thanks, man. All right, let's bring up here. Oh, you can keep on going. All right. Daniel Jones or Flacco? Oh.
I'm going to go with Flacco. I think that Indy's going to be able to do it on the ground. And I think the Jets are going to put up points with a motivated Fields today, and that's going to keep Flacco and Cincinnati involved through the air.
Yeah, and prop bets, I went Chase and Higgins touchdowns this week, especially with Sauce out and the secondary being absolutely trash.
Yep. Sauce being out's the big key.
All right, pick 2, Mooney, Booty, or Marks.
Interesting, because one of my slides was the rookie explosion happening for Houston. I got a feeling in my gut today that the offense somehow corrects itself at home against San Francisco with no Nico Collins. We've seen things like this happen before, and I think with Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins, and Woody Marks, we're going to see some offensive explosion somehow, some way, because they have Swiss cheese offensive line. With Kirk Cousins, I'm going to just go with Booty and Marks. I'm just going to forget about Mr. Mooney.
Yeah, I have to play Mooney in a league, and I'm super worried. The only thing we've always talked about year after year is that the second quarterback goes with the second wide receiver pretty well, and hopefully they have that connection based on practice. But I agree. Marks and Booty are the safer bet. All right, with Garrett Wilson out for the week, I need a flex replacement. Looking at Josh Reynolds, not going to work, or Marvin Mims, maybe even Dyke. Looking for advice. It would be between Mims and Dyke then.
Yeah, Mike, I'm not sure if you're a new member. I'm not sure if you're watching the show. If you are, please say hello. But I'm not sure if you're a new member to the Answers by Guys Fantasy family. If you are, welcome. But I'm saying that because I haven't seen a question from you before, and I really want to help here. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. I want you to, in your post, and I'll make a comment after the show on your post, let me see your waiver wire. Let me see your waiver wire, because judging off of these guys that you have available, your best option might be to throw a dart with Arian Smith, just based on Dyke, Mims, and Reynolds being what's available. And he's not Dyke, he's DK, but still, I'm going to say Dyke because that's what I don't see the pip after the E. But I'm going to say
that way to pronounce it is DK.
Yeah, DK. But I call him Dyke. But I'm just like Scattaboo is really Scattaboo because there's only one O. You wouldn't say Boo Jackson, the two-sport player. It's not his name. It's Bo Jackson. I digress. I'm going to say post screenshots of your team or of your waiver wire so I can look and really see what's available, because Arian Smith is who I'd say right now, looking at these guys available, because you're going to have a shot with him against the Cincinnati defense and a motivated Justin Fields.
I like it. All right. Waddle or Jalen Noel?
You know what? I don't mind Waddle, but I'm going to go with Noel. Just because I have a feeling going. I think Higgins will be more involved this week. I'm going to guess that maybe last week was sort of not fool's gold, but Noel got a lot more love and targets than Higgins ever has. But I think with no Collins, that's going to fit. Higgins is going to become Collins. And Noel's going to stay sort of in that slot, that Tank Dell, that Christian Kirk role. So I'm going to go with Noel.
I just got Miami, to be honest with you. It's such a cluster F over there. I would rather with the potential in Noel than Waddle getting 5 receptions for 53 yards and hoping for a touchdown.
I feel like they want McDaniel gone.
But the front office already admitted that they're not making any changes. It's like, dude, I don't know how to say
I think
this.
it's a espionage.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't, probably best I don't say anything out loud. just the way that McDaniels looks, he looks like he's like drugged out, bro. Like,
yes, he does.
All the time. The way he stands, he's constantly fiddling and twitching. And I don't know if he has some type of condition or whatever, but to me, he lives in Miami, bro.
He's got that Miami Vice.
Yeah,
Miami
exactly.
Vice.
Exactly.
All right, so that's it for these. So let's see. We had some more questions. Tiffany/Dawn, one of our favorite family members here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We got Niori joining us from Twitch.
Ooh, another Twitch. I like it.
Harvey or Mims. I would say Booty is your safest. I'm waiting for Harvey to explode and Mims and Franklin eat into each other, and you never know what Sean Payton's going to do. So I'm going to go with Booty.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh, chaos is in town.
They're all going to church. Church has a like a trick or treat type thing, church or treat type of thing. Awesome. So it's, they got their costumes on, running out the door.
It's that time of the year. I love it. The boys have decided that they've gone the terror route, and one's the guy from Scream. What is it? I forget what his name is. Ghostface, and then the other one is going to be Michael Myers. So,
my goat.
Exactly. So
he's my goat.
If I actually showed them Michael Myers, let's see what they actually think of it.
Which Higgins?
I jinxed Higgins. I said that I thought Chase and Higgins were both going to have touchdowns, so I'm definitely going to take my bad. Bad.
Let's see us take this down and say, you can say hi to Rob.
Costumes.
They are both Link from Zelda, but everybody thinks Christian's Peter Pan. But he's actually Link. And here, let me move this and get Ezra over here.
Let me see him.
Watch out.
And Ezra's being a firefighter.
Nice.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hey, what's up, dude? How are you? I know they can't hear me, but
he said, "How are you? How are you?"
Good.
Good. Such a handsome boy. I love it.
Daddy.
Yeah.
And this one.
Huh?
No, this one.
What is this one?
Yeah.
That's Rob. You met Rob.
Hi. Oh yeah. What's up, buddy? You're Ezra? I know you're Ezra. Oh,
he said he knows you're Ezra. All right, buddy. Go have fun.
All right. Enjoy, guys.
Oh, no. You're going to hit him with your sword.
Peace.
Bye.
They are Link from Zelda.
I love
Bye.
it. Bye.
See you later, Rob.
Peace out, dude. Have fun.
See ya.
I'm going to go down.
See you guys.
See you later, Daddy.
Oh, awesome family, dude. I love them. They're getting so big. Holy crap.
I'm glad that you're back, by the way, because we're going to do this. Because I was thinking about it when I was driving, I don't know, yesterday. I was like, every single year we do this. We talk about the favorite candies and whatever.
Oh,
so let's just get through these 3 questions here that we have here. And we will not jinx Higgins, Dawn, Tiffany. Higgins is going to do fine.
All right.
Hey, where did I go?
Hey, yeah. You know what? Why don't you take the presentation down so you can make us bigger?
No, that's okay.
All right.
I'll just hide back here.
AS-RH1QE. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but should I trade Gadsden and Benson for Tet? Dude, good call, by the way. You said it. If you're not picking him up now, you are going to be unhappy. Damn.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
That was 2 weeks ago, right? Should pick him up.
Yep.
Who
are you going here?
Hopefully that continues. Let's see his team because he has
Mahomes, London, Pickens,
he's got Warren,
Bijan, Taylor,
he's got McBride.
Warren.
Oh, I think you could do it.
I would think so too. That improves your wide receivers.
So here's the thing. You have McBride. I have McBride in just about every team I have. So this week I played Gadsden where I could. Gadsden. And He was my fill-in. So can you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Jalen Warren is what he said. That's what I thought, not Tyler.
And half
So
point PPR.
right. So you must have played Gadsden this week. So if you make the trade, it's not going to happen immediately. I know some leagues happen immediately. Some you have to wait for people to veto and whatnot. But it's not going to happen. And Benson's probably going to be back week 10. But your running backs, you got Bijan, JT. On the bench, you got ETN, so you got your handcuff, you got your Algier handcuff. Yeah, I think we could drop Chris Moore, pick somebody else up, especially with everybody coming back for the Commanders.
I actually have a question. How many wide receivers do you start and how many flex options are there?
It looks like he's got London, Pickens, Debo, so those are his starters.
Okay.
Looks like he starts 3, and looks like 2 running backs and a flex, which would be Jalen Warren, and Gadsden's his tight end this week. So next week, so you're going to make your wide receiver room be Pickens, Debo, London, and Tet, essentially. I'd be okay with that. You just then have to hope that McBride, everything continues to go well for him throughout the rest of this year. I think the trade is fine. You're through the bye, at least with Bijan. And then after this week, you'll be good to go with ETN. So I don't hate it at all. I think maybe because you're trading 2 for 1, and I think Chris Moore is expendable. I think that if you could maybe get a little something extra thrown in on the back end, maybe his backup tight end or something, just so you have a tight end on your team, or if your waiver wire has a good backup tight end. And I know some people don't like to roster 2 tight ends. But if you can just have one there sitting just in case, I think you do that, because I think you can get rid of Chris Moore and then pick up another running back or wide receiver, or use that for a tight end. But I don't hate the trade. I think that on paper he's winning, but I think Tet might be able to help you a little bit more. Warren's also past the bye, so he could go into running back as well at any point. I don't hate it. I like it. I think you're selling high on Gadsden, but I don't think the value is going to drop. And we'll see what happens when Benson comes back. But it's good for your team.
All right. Chris with a question here. Indiana Jones or Fields?
That's a great question. That's almost like Zach Attack last week, saying, okay, you feel like Daniel Jones isn't going to have to throw much, and you feel like Fields is going to pop off. Well, let me throw this type of question at you. It's just a perfect recipe. This question would depend on the matchup, like your matchup. Like, how'd you do on Thursday? How'd they do on Thursday? Did that not matter? How does it look otherwise? Because Indiana is going to have to do something early to make this game be what I think it's going to be. And if that happens through the air, then Jones will take care of himself. But if it's JT, he's had 3 touchdowns, I feel like, every single week on the ground. If it's him early, that's going to take Jones completely out of the game. I'm going to say that in a vacuum, Jones is the right answer, because we don't know with Fields, but there's a little bit of that vacuum, a little bit of dust. And that dust is those 2 30-plus point games that Fields has had this season. And I just kind of feel like it's time for a big Fields game. I said that going into last week. Rob, I'm always, quite often, 1 week ahead, am I not?
You are, friend.
I think I personally would just say, if the matchup looks good and I think I'm going to win based on my whole roster versus their whole roster, I'm going to just shoot for the fence and just take Fields and just put him in and say, let's do it. Because I just think that the ceiling is higher with Fields. I really do.
It's a tough question. Safety. I'm always a safety guy. I think I say it every single year. Jones is a safety net for me. All you really need is for him to throw one to Warren, maybe Pittman get one. And you need kind of 2 touchdowns, 200 yards just to kind of reach what his potential would be every single week. I'm a safe guy. And you're right. It all is based on if I have Mageddon hitting me hard and I need to throw a dart to be able to try to get something big, Fields would probably be the better choice because he could have a bigger game based on that Cincy defense where if the run game gets going against a crappy Tennessee line, Jones, you might not get that very easily from Jones. So
yeah, I think you're guaranteed anywhere from 12 to 18 points with Jones.
Correct. And you know what? And 18, you're right, is still a little high, especially what JT's been doing, you know. But
Fields could get you 4.
Exactly. Or he can get you 30 because he busts one for a touchdown or something like that. So,
yeah.
All right.
There it is. Please
Always.
remember to like, comment, and share. If you are watching us from Twitch, we appreciate it. Every week, getting a couple more Twitch people that are not spam bots, and that's nice to see. And more people joining us from YouTube, which is also nice to see.
Always.
So it's been about an hour-long show, and I just want to go back to who he was. Let me see here. Mike, if you're watching the show, or maybe you don't know the formula, but again, I'm going to make a comment on your post, and I'm going to say, please show me your waiver wire. We have 4 hours essentially until kickoff, so we will get this all set up nicely for you. But about an hour-long show, not bad for a Sunday morning. Went through all the questions. We got a special guest, which is nice to see. So, Rob, thank you for joining us. Answers by Guest Family, thank you for being a part of us for 9 seasons. Best of luck today. If you have questions on Facebook, two things. One, please try and do it before 12:30 Eastern time because every couple of weeks, we say this every year, every couple of weeks, people are asking me like 12:40 something. I'm not looking. I'm making sure everything's done. And I doubt Rob's looking or Marty or anybody. I'm getting all my house stuff done so I can do nothing but watch football for the next few hours at least. And also the other thing is, if you are watching this not live, my notifications for questions on a live show I get no notifications, and like hours later or days later, I'll just be looking and I'll see, oh, Jimbo asked a question, but he asked it on the live show. I can't answer it because the game's already been played. So make your own post, make a new post. It helps the room. It helps when you answer on here, but I want to make sure I get to everything. And I don't see comments on the live videos after the videos until it's too late. Maybe Rob does. His notifications are always better than mine. But
yeah, I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends. And you're right. I got basketball today, so it's more of, am I going to be able to even see the notification? I'm going to be there when the games actually start. So
we got a question here from Tyler the Kid. Tyler wants to know Kamara or Flowers, Rob?
I'm going to go Kamara just based on touches. Huntley's a better option, it seems like, than Cooper Rush, but I think I got to go with touches on that one.
I'm going to go Flowers. Going Flowers because Kamara walks around like a mummy. It seems he's a shell of himself. He will be, with no Kendry Miller, but Devin Neal, they're going to use him more. We've mentioned his name a few times on the show. And Huntley is not Lamar, but he's also not Lamar on the ground, which means I think he can run, but he's no Lamar on the ground. He will throw more. And with Chicago being down 3 defensive players, I think that will open up things for Flowers just a little bit. So I'm going to go with him. I think that game might be a little less scoring than the Tampa Bay New Orleans game, but I'm going to go with Flowers. Dak or May?
Both against tougher defenses, man. I really like what I've been seeing from Dak. He has the better wide receiver options too. I'm going to go with Dak on this situation. I can see CD and Pickens playing really well. Even Ferguson getting more touchdowns against the Denver defense. They just have to get close. It's more of May, that Cleveland defense, and he doesn't have the greatest of receivers, to be honest with you. So Dak would be my choice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dak as well. They are on the road versus Mays at home. But I kind of feel like the Browns are a better defense than the Broncos. But the Broncos are certainly a better offense than the Browns. And that could keep Dak in the game more. So I think that if things get out of control against Cleveland, or if it's low scoring, that kind of lowers the ceiling for May. So I think Dak's the right answer, and he does have the best wide receiver by far on his team in CD, and the best tight end, in my opinion. I think Ferguson. I mean,
he's been playing really well too, man. I mean,
he's more consistent than Hunter Henry. He's just. Yeah. I think the last time you were live with me, we talked about Hunter Henry at a couple games this season. And we're like, yeah, he'll disappear. And he certainly has.
Yes, always, man. But you know what? This week, it's the ebbs and flows. We say it every single year, man. This all of a sudden, he'll have 10 targets this game and 9 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown kind of thing.
Yep. And it is tight end week. So,
yeah, exactly.
Day, even though it's all week.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Marty, hey, big shout out to Marty, man. You two guys keeping everything going, everything week by week here. Really appreciate you guys. I know, like I said, my schedule's been a lot more busy and stuff like that, but happy to be on here, being able to actually have a conversation about some football. It's been a little while since we've been able to do this, but thank you guys for keeping Answers by Guests, the inside scoop from outside the box going.
Yeah, it was a halftime surprise. I didn't even know you were coming on, Rob.
Surprise!
All right, so here it is, drum roll, and it's a tradition. And since you're here, we have to do it. And if you're watching what's up, Zach? And if you're watching the show, your favorite candy, your least favorite candy, what do we want to do here, Rob?
How about both?
Okay, your most favorite Halloween candy, and then your least favorite Halloween candy. And if you're watching in the chat, please type in your answers. Rob, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I know mine.
Right, go ahead.
Very simple. I'm a Twix guy. I love Twix. Twix is number one, with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups being a very close second. Mm-hmm. Very, very close second. And it depends on the day too. If I haven't had peanut butter the day, it may go peanut butter cup first and then a Twix. My worst that I will never eat in my life are Almond Joys. I hate Almond Joys. I do not like coconut in things. It's a mental block. Being Puerto Rican and not liking coconut in things, it's like they're like, I'm not a coconut guy. So that will be something that every single bag in our home, if there's Almond Joys, if you enjoy them, there will always be an Almond Joy here for you.
I enjoy them. See, your answer choices are very similar to mine in more ways than one. My favorite is like a combination of your two favorite. So your two favorite are Twix and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So why in the world would you not make your favorite be something that almost combines both of them into one? And that is the Take 5. Take 5 has peanut butter, caramel, chocolate, and pretzel, which I think a pretzel is better than that little cookie bar.
Take 5s, to be honest with you. I've always seen them. I've never had them, though.
You don't F with a Take 5.
I would now. I do pretzel and chocolate together are awesome in my opinion.
Caramel and peanut butter. All right. It's the most. It's the most amazing candy bar, a Take Five. And my second favorite, which is used to be my favorite until my love, and this is, I mean, we're running on a decade here, but until they invented the Take Five, was an Almond Joy. I absolutely love an Almond Joy.
Really?
I
Oh,
do.
sorry,
So if
man.
you got a bag, listen, your wife, your boys, they don't like Almond Joys, put them all in the bag,
Next
zip it
time I
up.
see you, 100%.
will
I got
take
you,
them
brother.
all, and I will feed my fat face with those. Now, my least favorite, man, is it cheating if I just say freaking circus peanuts or whatever they're called?
Oh, the orange ones?
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of those either.
All right. My least, I'll make it controversial, I guess. My least favorite, like Halloween, nobody hands out circus peanuts. If they do, your house gets egged. My least favorite common candy is a Snickers. I just don't like a Snickers, which is odd because it's eerily
Literally
similar
everything
to a Take Five.
Take Five.
But I just don't like it. For some reason, when I eat a Snickers, it's just like, I get nothing out of it. And so anytime I'm found with Snickers, they sit and they stay.
I have to throw in a quick one as well. It's not a Halloween candy, but even when we were together at the concert, what was I looking for? What vendor was I looking
Cotton
for? Do you remember?
candy.
Cotton candy.
Did you ever get it?
I never did.
Wait, you
But
didn't? Yeah, you did.
no,
You gave
we
me some.
did. We shared it. Yeah, you're right.
That was
I
a great
did.
concert.
It was a great concert.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did
man.
get cotton candy. I did.
I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Yeah.
cotton candy.
Those ice
Imagine
cream
if they
pouches,
handed out cotton
Dude,
candy.
those ice cream pouches too was the best
Wow,
invention
that was
ever
ever.
in life.
Yeah, tell them about it, Rob. If they might not know.
So I don't know. There was these. I don't remember the name of them. I probably should have took a picture, but it was soft. You ever seen the yogurt pouches that kids have to be able to not make a mess and stuff like that? It was those soft served ice cream in those pouches that tasted like soft serve ice cream.
Oh,
They had vanilla, they had chocolate, and they had a twist. It was phenomenal. And I don't know if it was just because the concert was so good and the beer was flowing, at least for me, but those things were awesome.
yeah, they were really good. Yeah, just
I
like
wish I remember the name of them.
Yeah, like those yogurt. Didn't we take a picture? We didn't take a picture.
I don't think we took a picture.
It was
No. Oh, look, I have to
2025.
check.
What the
I
hell
have
are we
so
doing?
many videos from that night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like those yogurt pouches, like you said, like the applesauce pouches, so the kids don't make mess. And it's
Exactly.
perfect because you can't serve an ice cream cone at a concert, but you can quickly throw a frozen pouch at somebody's face, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Excellent. Let's see what these guys say up here.
All right.
Marty's favorite is the Reese's peanut butter cups. See, for me, Reese's peanut butter cups will sit with the Snickers, which is controversial for sure. I like the little ones in the foil wrapper better than the bigger ones for whatever reason. I don't know. I love
more
peanut
butter pop. No, the other one would have more peanut butter. Interesting. That's I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know.
Zach Attack right above it in the comments.
Oh, I'll get to him. Sorry.
Yep.
We got this up here. I love a Mr. Goodbar as well. Candy corn, you're right. Should never have
Oh,
been there.
no, you stop both.
Well, we
of you,
talked about
man.
this,
Yo,
I think, last year. You like candy
corn is
corn.
the best.
I got a
The
whole bag
candy
of
corn pumpkins are phenomenal.
it. Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Dude, I could have a whole bag of the. Yeah, you know what's funny is that Sandy sometimes decorates them. She fills up a canister for like the middle of the dining room table to make it a Halloween theme.
Sure.
And literally, when people come over, all we do is take whatever out that she has there, pour it, and then put the stuff back. By the end of the night, there's no candy corn left in that thing.
Yeah. All right, Sean. So give him all the candy corn if and when you ever see each other again. Let's go to Zach Hershey's. Zach, is he an old soul?
Dude, Zach is an old soul.
Just an old, because there's an old soul.
I saw
twist.
that he had you guys going last week, right?
Yeah,
Zach
yeah,
Attack. He was posted and all that stuff for
Yeah.
a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Hershey's.
Zachy.
It is. Listen, I'm not
Straight up
knocking it.
Hershey's too. No almonds, nothing like that. Just
I'm not
Hershey's.
knocking it. It is just so old fashioned, and it cannot be a wrong answer, right?
Yeah,
It
you're
can't
right.
be,
Yeah,
because it's like, maybe you want to jazz it up with other things, but listen, if you just
Last
have a
Thursday.
Hershey bar, it's just like you got everything you need. You'd need a little bit of chocolate. That's what they give you.
Oh yeah.
Marty's got a good point here.
Actually, that's a very good point, Marty.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Whoppers are the worst. Yeah,
The
you know
worst.
what? I agree. I don't like the texture of it. I don't know what it is, like that milky
You bite
texture
into
after
it.
you bite into it.
It's like a
Ugh.
sponge ball. Yeah, and then they make Easter egg ones, which is just like, I don't want a milk carton filled with Easter egg Whoppers. Nobody does. Nobody wants those. They should go somewhere with candy corn.
Oh, you stop that.
Almond Joy is your second favorite. Yeah, me too. Me too.
I feel like I thought I knew you guys. I know we kept. I remember the Almond Joys that you like them, and I think we said it last year and all that stuff too. But there are so many other better candy bars out there. Why would you want coconut? Like seriously, what
it's delicious.
What in your mind says, "Hey, that coconut looks like great candy"? No, stop that.
so, and I'm gonna put up Charlie's thing here too, because he says he understands he's never
Thank
been
you,
a fan.
Charlie.
Now, if you never had those, because Rob, you're Puerto Rican, and I don't know if that has anything to do it, but you're talking about coconut, Puerto Rican.
Dude,
You ever see those like the little squares? It's like a coconut patty and it's covered in chocolate. Like, you don't mess with those?
No, bro, never.
No.
Anything coconut pie, anything coconut,
What
except for
about-
actual coconut. I like actual pieces of coconut if I'm eating a coconut.
What about those rectangle bars where it's like brown, white, and pink?
No, my friend.
Those are OG. Those are good.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
so good.
Oh,
You
and don't get me
those,
wrong,
do
my
you?
family looks at me with like hatred. Everything that they bring on family occasions has coconut in it, and they're like, "Hey, Rob, have a piece," and I'm like, "No, I don't like coconut." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "You've known this for 40 years. Stop it. It's not. It shouldn't be a surprise. I say it to you every year."
Sean's right. Take 5 is the truth.
I'm gonna have to
my
try and
absolute
take
truth,
5
too.
today.
Just
I'm gonna
go.
go to a local deli and go and grab one.
Yeah, do not get the one with 2, which is the normal size bar. Get the king size that comes with 3. Trust me, it'll change your life. They're the
I will.
absolute best.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry about that.
Zach likes nerd gummies. I like those.
Yeah.
I like them.
like
Are you
nerd
talking about the little balls that are covered in nerds? Yeah, those
Correct.
are good. Those are delicious.
Those
All
have
right, so we have an
become my
actual
favorite.
football question here. Verandantham 6699. I did not pronounce it correctly, but that's okay. Thank you for joining us. We love when the YouTube people cometh, and here you are. Kirk Cousins or Stroud. PPR doesn't matter. I'm going to go with Stroud. It's been terrible. Their line has been terrible, but I'm guessing you just joined the show, and I just have a feeling that the 3 rookies for that team, Marks, Noel, and Higgins, are going to have a nice explosion at home today. I got a feeling it's a good matchup. Vegas has them favored. Their defense has been incredible. Their offense has been terrible. It's because of their offensive line. But I just got a feeling that a spark sort of hits today. They get a couple short fields on Mac Jones, and it helps out. And I like Stroud today. I would take the shot with him. Kirk Cousins, Rusty Bones, coming off the bench. He's got the better wide receivers, but they're banged up. London and a couple nonsensors. I'm going to go with Stroud. I'm going to put my stick in the sand and say today's the day that their offense does something with no Nico Collins. I think that's what allows everybody to be like, okay, we got to step up, and I feel like it happens.
I actually put in a prop bet for Dalton Schultz to have 5 receptions today. He looked good last week, especially with Collins out. I think he'll get a good brunt too. Don't get me wrong. I think the rookies, you're right, will step up. But Schultz will be the safety net when those bigger play options are not available. So I'll go Stroud as well.
Nice.
Sorry, kid. I'm sorry that I made you a Jets fan. I am going to publicly apologize. If anybody does, Zach Attack is my son. Zachy, one of my twin boys. he was born into being a Jets fan, and all I can say is I'm sorry.
I've got a feeling they
They're gonna
could.
do good. They could.
I had-
Don't get me wrong, but
I had zero faith in them with Taylor, but now that they have to start
Tyrod.
Fields to Rod, I feel like he's going to play a little motivated today. And somehow, some way, they have a shot. It's a long shot, but they have a shot. I like this one right here from Darko. What's up, Darko? Whatchamacallit? Those were so good when I was younger, and they're just so hard to find. Every once in a while, you can find them. They were good. The little white wrapper, right? Whatchamacallit?
yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those were good.
I want
the
to say I think I've
Krispies.
had that once, and I may have to try it again to see if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't even know what I have. It's like a take 5, I would assume, just because it has probably a bunch of different stuff in it.
Kind of.
I'm gonna call it.
I think it has like Rice Krispies in it and nuts.
Oh, so it's almost like a what's
I
it called?
think. Correct us if we're wrong.
Nestle's
I'm
Crunch
wrong.
Bar, like something like that.
Not like that. It's like softer. It is really good. It's a white wrapper, if I'm not mistaken, orange lettering. I think. Pick them up, get them with your Take 5s. I don't think they're as good as Take 5s, but they were good, and I haven't had one in years. Maybe I need to try one as well. And Peeps, Peeps are disgusting. Do they have Halloween Peeps? They should.
And
They
Peeps
should.
are the best. What is wrong with you
Do
guys?
you like
Holy
Peeps?
crap! Marshmallow and sugar. Yes.
I used to put like the Peeps, and I would like sort of have it in my mouth and sort of get all the sugar off and then just enjoy the marshmallow after rather than just biting into it and chewing it and swallowing and taking another bite.
Yeah.
And I did kind of like them a little better that way.
I love Peeps.
They're all right.
But I'm a fat kid. So, I mean, that's
No,
all. When
I
I
don't
was
think it has
younger,
anything to do with it because you don't like Almond Joys.
Yeah, because who the hell wants coconut in candy?
I will put Peeps far, far, far above candy corn on my
That's
list.
respectable. And I understand the texture of candy corn is a little too waxy for people and stuff like that. But once you get past that, the inside grit is just phenomenal.
Is it? I got some
I feel
upstairs,
like it
but
is. I feel
I'll
like it
try
is.
them after. I haven't even had coffee yet today. I'm gonna go upstairs. Hopefully, there's some coffee left. I'm gonna have some coffee. I'm gonna chew on a couple candy corns because I know they're in the cabinet. Because Christian had to have them, and they've been sitting there for
Big
3
T,
weeks.
bro.
But since it's
He
nothing-
has that mentality. I love it.
It's nothing but sugar, so it'll never go bad. The candy corn will be good 14 years from now.
100%. When the world ends, the people are gonna be like, "Oh, where's the candy corn? I'm gonna have it all. I'll have it all."
Oh, there's a good one for you, Rob. What do you think?
Also, Hall over under 75 rushing yards. I'm going to go with under because I think it's going to be a big screenplay that he will have today. Since his line isn't as bad as people think, their secondary isn't great. I'm going to go with under, though, and I think it's just going to be barely under.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with like 71 rushing yards, but he'll have 130 or 140 because of a big play.
I agree. I was going to say 69.
All right.
Not 6'7", Zach. Not 6'7". Pick 2. Flex. James Cook. Sketa Bobu. Or Swift. What do you think?
I think I'm going to be going Cook and Swift. I think that the Philly defense is going to really try to stop the run game. I think they're going to stack the box because that's what hurt them the last time and let Dart beat them in the air. So I think Cook and Swift are the safety options for me.
That was my instinct as well. And I like how you framed it. Philly got whooped on the ground last game against them. It was like 2 weeks ago. And they've been able to be run on, and Scatabo didn't do much last week, and I sort of thought it was going to be that on the ground. It was a much tougher defense, though. But I think Philly's going to make it a point to make sure. But where's Scatterboo? I hate it. Beat them or won last week was through the air. He scored his touchdown receiving. The rushing game, I think he had maybe 40 yards or something like that. Maybe 60, 40 or 60, somewhere in there. But it wasn't a great game on the ground. And he scored a touchdown receiving. And I feel like Cook, we haven't really seen too much. I do like sort of Ray Davis to sort of pop back on the scene this week. But I think Cook is the right answer. And I think because Baltimore is getting back so many of their defensive players, I kind of feel like they're going to have to utilize Swift through the air. And I think he'll get more receptions than Scatterboo. I think we'll see a little extra bit of Tracy today. So I'm going to agree with Rob. I'm going to go Cook and Swift. And now to what's important. Whatchamacallit candy bar contains a peanut-flavored crisp layer topped with caramel and covered in a chocolatey coating. Do you work for them?
It sure seems that way.
Yeah, peanut butter flavored crisp layer. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, like a Rice Krispie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try. I actually wrote down take 5 and a whatchamacallit so I can. I'm gonna pick them up today, and I will post in the group on Facebook about what my.
Just make a video. Make a video. Make a reaction video. Get those 2 candy bars to take 5 and whatchamacallit. Get yourself an Almond Joy as well. And just do a video real quick. Trying each one. Let us know your thoughts. That would be excellent. Excellent. You know what? You're going to church, right? Oh, no, you got basketball. Basketball. Maybe they're giving out candy at basketball. Maybe you get lucky and get one of each. Let's see what Zach Attack asking now. Cade on.
Or Dalton Kincaid if he plays.
I'm going to go Cade on. I like the 2 Johnsons, of course, for Tampa Bay, but let's just go with Cade. Let's go with Cade.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with the same. I'm actually playing Otten over Kincaid in a league this week.
Yep. All right. If no further questions, we've extended an extra 30 minutes. But that's what we do when we're talking about candy. I'm going to try some candy corn. I will.
Yes, please.
Try it again for the first time in probably about 24 years.
It's going to change your world. Your taste buds have changed there, young man.
They have. And this is true. And that's why I'm going to give it a fair go. Maybe I should post a reaction video as well.
There you go.
I'm going to have my coffee and do that and make sure my lineups are set. And I got to respond to, God, I forgot his name, Mike.
Chuck, yes, correct.
I got to respond to his thing because he hasn't joined us. So he hasn't, maybe he doesn't know the recipe, how we do things. And that's by guess. But this has been week 8. And this is our 9th year. So those of you that joined us, thanks for joining us. Best of luck today. Enjoy your final Sunday before Halloween. Rob, good luck at basketball.
Thank you,
and that's it. Have a good day, everybody.
Best of luck. Peace.